Top of it, top of it. It's your boy, Coach One Stag, at my best for rebuilding the esteem of self through thinking. I hope y'all having a good day right now. And check this out. You see the title of it, man. Man, raise him to be a man. And before I start this video, man, some of y'all are not liking my videos. Some of y'all are not subscribing to the channel. Some of y'all not passing it on, man. I'm giving y'all the good content, giving you the real game, man. You know, from me to you, real king-like, unfiltered, raw, and uncut, just like that $1,000 bill tatted across my chest, keeping it 1,000. So help your boy out, man. Hit them notification buttons so you get notified when I drop this real good game each and every day. So now, guys, a big problem in the world is, a huge problem. You know, the ladies say that, you know, there aren't enough men in the world. And you know what? To be quite honest, I have to agree with them on a whole lot of different levels. But let's backtrack, guys, because everything starts off at home. You know, ladies, gentlemen, you know, now I have a daughter. You know, I'm 47 years old, and I was a single parent for quite some time. And so, yes, a man can raise a woman and raise a daughter, and yes, a woman can raise a son to be a man. So those are just, you know, lies and whatever and deceit saying that can't happen. But anyways, it all starts off at home. Guys, when you got that young man at home, the first thing you want to teach him how to do is be responsible, right? To always to give him some things to do, like chores, you know, definitely the chores around the house. Make sure your homework is right, and get your son to being the best version of himself early on, as far as like cooking food for himself, ironing his clothes, making sure his hygiene is up, making sure his head is combed, his clothes is ironed. See, a lot of y'all in this new age, y'all got y'all kids running around here, they don't even comb their hair. They don't even iron their clothes. Y'all let them walk out the house any type of way. You don't get your sons into a routine early on. Let me give y'all a little game about me, just some little info about me. I started school a year early. I started school when I was 4 years old. And so now, since I was 4 years old, at 4 years old, I have been getting up by myself, no alarm clock. I have been getting dressed because my mother had to be to work at 9 in the morning. At 7 in the morning. My father didn't get home until 9 o'clock in the morning. So it was a gap where I had to fend for myself. I was 4 years old. So I used to get up on my own. This was before digital clocks. I get up, I would put on the clothes that my mother laid out for me. I'd go in there and fix me a bowl of cereal. And then I would sit down and watch me some cartoons. And my dad said, hey, when the big hand gets here on the clock and the little hand gets here on the clock, turn the TV off, lock the bottom lock, and go to school. And I was what you call one of these latchkey kids. You dig what I'm saying? So see, in this day, so now later on in life, maybe a couple years later, around 7 years old, I remember on the same day, this all happened the same day. I remember my father grabbing me and telling me, son, it's some things that you need to know. I'm going to show you how to do some things. And what my father showed me when I was 7 years old, he taught me how to cook my breakfast that day, which was scramble some eggs, cook some bacon and some smoked sausages. He taught me how to make some toast in the oven. He also taught me how to iron my clothes that day. He also showed me how to sort my laundry from colors to white and wash my clothes. Now, why did they do that, Coach One Stack? Because he was building the best version of me, teaching me how to be independent and self-sufficient, right? See, independent and self-sufficient, therefore being a man, and when I grew up. But nowadays, a lot of y'all parents, man, you guys are too easy on your boys. You let your boys slide. You don't give them no type of responsibility. Y'all allow them to be fucking mama boys around here. Y'all allow them to just basically run over you with no type of discipline. You don't hold them accountable to do no types of chores. So therefore, they don't know anything. You know, half of these boys out here don't even know how to read. They don't know how to respect a woman. A lot of them don't know how to comb their own hair. They don't take showers. They walk out the house looking any old kind of way. And that's your fault as a parent. Now, why is that important to this video, guys? I'm going to tell you why it's important. Because these young boys that you guys are raising, one day they're going to be a so-called man. And one day that so-called man that you raised, they're going to be with a woman. And now they're going to expect that woman to be their mama and not their woman. Let me preach to you one time. That you heard me. The little boys that you're raising, the mama boys that y'all raising, that you're sheltering, that you're coddling, that y'all giving every excuse for, because I told y'all about how I feel about them fucking excuses. You're coddling these little boys instead of holding them accountable at a young age, right? Instead of teaching them to lay in the bed that they made. and deal with their own decisions. Y'all teach them at a young age that it's okay that you're going to save them. But guess what, man? Mama and daddy ain't going to always be here to save this young man, especially if you're a young black man. The system is trying to get you. You know, and that's for every man. This ain't just for people of color. Can you dig it? So now that's why it's so important for you to be a little harder on your son. You dig? To make him be accountable, to teach him how to make decisions. Some decisions he gonna make good, and some of them he gonna make bad. But you can't have a young king around here, man, and have your thumb on him and not allowing him to go out into the streets and just bump his head and experience life. Oh yeah, that's a big one, guys. See, if you're not letting your young king get out there in the streets and jump his ass off the porch and go play in the neighborhood. See, y'all got y'all kids playing video games. See, y'all got y'all kids playing video games, GTA, NBA Live, 2K, all that old stuff. Y'all letting the PlayStations raise your children. You guys are letting the computers raise your children. You guys are letting the phone raise your children. My daughter is 27 years old, and I'm here to tell you, if I had a child right now, they would not have a smartphone. They would not have no smartphone, because you need to learn how to use a dictionary to actually look up words, to learn how to spell them, right? They wouldn't be playing on no damn video game, because I told y'all in my videos before, so is a man thinketh, so he is. The mind is so impressionable at a young age. So now you're letting these young kings fill their mind with I don't want to, using weapons on video games to hurt people, playing GTA, Black Ops, and all that stuff. So that's the stuff that you're putting inside of their mind, right? So in their mind, what do they think? They want to walk around with their pants hanging halfway off their ass with a stick sitting out the side of their stuff with a switch on it, thinking that it's cool and that it's fashionable, until they get ready to catch that case. See, and now the system is set up against our young kings of color as it is. But see, a lot of you parents don't equip your young king to deal with the system, to stand on his 10 toes and be a man and live and die by his decisions, because you coddle them. Guys, I literally was at a party about 6 months ago, and a woman had a kid in college. He was 21 years old. And if I'm lying, I'm dying. This man called his mother and asked his mother, he said, when the phone rings and it turns red or green, red and green, what do I do when it turns red or green? The man didn't even know how to answer an iPhone. The man did not even know how to order his own food. See, I like to take things back to the old days, guys, because the most basic way, the most simple way of doing things will always work. You know, looking through a dictionary, learning how to read, getting your vocabulary up, reading a book. See, guys, they taking our books away. And y'all young kings out there, man, and young queens, y'all not smart enough to pick up a book, and your parents ain't telling you to pick up no book. You need to know where you came from to know where you going. You need to know some information instead of looking at this internet, you know, and looking at this artificially made content that they just want you to hear, which a lot of it is just wrong, telling the wrong stories, but you guys believe it. This is why I made my channel, guys, for real, to bring back the old school feeling, to bring back that old shit when people appreciated conversation, people appreciated real words. People appreciated genuine stuff, to be the best version of yourself, to build your esteem of self through thinking. Guys, it's an epidemic out here watching this artificial intelligence stuff, because I personally watch stories every day that took place in my generation. You know, I'm 47 years old. I watch certain stories that young people that are 20 years old tell you guys each and every day about. It could be about your culture or about a situation, and I know it's wrong. I know it's not accurate because I lived through it. But see, that's why it's important to raise your young king to be a man, so he can think on his own, right? So now when he does get that queen, he knows how to empower her. He knows how to impute those things that you have imputed. That means put inside of him. Can you dig it? But ain't nothing worse than a sorry ass boy. There's nothing worse than a sorry boy over the age of 18 who have not yet become a man. Then you find yourself 30, 40 years old, still living with your mama. Your mama still telling you to clean. Your mama still telling her to clean up her room. And then y'all get to mama's boys where every time they get in a relationship, they still think they woman is their mama. So when something happens between them and their woman or them and their wife, they always run into their mama because y'all coddled them. The way you walk in the door is the way you walk out the door, damn it. The way you walk in the door is the way you walk out the door, Dan. And if you really want your young kings to be a king out here and not just talk about it, but to be about it, you're going to teach them to be at their best, to build their esteem of self through thinking, to know that they're capable of great things, to know how to do the simple things, to know how to do the most complex things. See, with learning, when my dad teaching me how to do all these things, when I was say I'm in a relationship, you know, I was dating somebody. If a woman told me, well, you could wash your own clothes, well, that's okay. Who the hell you think was doing it before you got here? Well, you can cook for yourself. Well, that's okay. Who you think was doing it before you got here? You see what I'm saying? Now, see, if I wasn't about my business, I would starve. I would walk around looking raggedy. I wouldn't have nothing about myself, man. I would be dependent on a woman. And trust me, I got another video coming for the women, but this is for them young kings out here, man. Y'all got to raise them young kings to be independent, to be strong, to be able to make decisions, to be able to own their decisions, especially the bad decisions. And to not be sitting up here being a mama's boy and being coddled. See, y'all talk, man, these days, y'all give kids way too many excuses. Y'all sit and say, oh, they got ADD. Oh, they have an attention deficit disorder. They having a hard time. Keeping focus. Well, that's a damn lie. And I'm going to tell you why. Because if you have a hard time keeping focus, you have a hard time keeping focus doing everything, right? Why is it that kids, these young kings that y'all raising, they only have a hard time keeping focus when it comes to do their homework? Let me preach to you. Why is it that they only have a hard time keeping focus when they have to do something that they don't want to do? But when they playing a video game, when they playing on these phones, when they sit up here doing everything that they should not be doing, nothing that benefits them in the long run, nothing that adds value to them, why don't they have attention deficit disorder then? Why? Because you as parents, y'all have attention deficit disorder. You guys are lazy. You guys ain't on your kid. You guys are scared to be on your son's ass and make him the best version of yourself. You are scared to hold him accountable, and you think you helping him, but you really not. You hurting him. Because at the end of the day, now you've raised a weak king, a weak young king. That's the king that's gonna follow people. See, hey, I ain't got no smoke with anybody that are into gangs or anything like that. But hey, man, I think people that gotta hang out in groups are weak. I think they're weak. It take a strong type of a man to be by himself. It take a strong man to be solo dolo. It take a strong type of man to be different. And you only can do that, man, with this mind and being at your best and building the best version of yourself. Because when y'all build these young kings, man, they grow up to be weak. These are the ones that fall into these gangs in these neighborhoods, and they get influenced by other people to do things that they might not want to do because they can't think on their own. They can't think on their own because you have not let them do that. You have not made it. You have not made them accountable to do that. You have not made it mandatory for them to do things on their own. This is why I never had more kids. Because I believe in making a child do everything they can do for themselves as soon as possible so that they are independent and never having a crutch, especially a young boy, because ain't nothing worse than a sorry young boy. So you ask yourself, man, what did you raise? Nothing personal against nobody, because I can't tell you how to raise your kids. I'm just telling you the result. You know, hey, man, I'm just telling you the result of these things. And you women out there, man, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Y'all get these men out here, man. They don't know how to write a letter. They don't know how to fill out a bill. They never on time, right? They don't pull your chair out. They don't know how to be a gentleman, right? Then for the kings out here, you know the type of guy I'm talking about. The guy that's always late, right? He's always about to do something. He's always half-assed. He's the one that always got to borrow something from you. He's the one that can't keep a job. He's the one that don't have no stability. And they make us real ones look real bad, don't they? Don't they make us look real bad? I'm just saying. But it all starts off at home and what you decide to do as a parent. And guess what, man? Doing the thing as a parent ain't always the fun thing. It ain't always the most popular thing to do in the world. But guess what? If you be hard on them right now and raise them to be young kings and be responsible and raise them to be grown-ass men, man, they will flourish right before your eyes and make somebody happy, and they will be at the best version of themselves, at my best, baby, building esteem of self through thinking. So look at this video, check it out. Remember to hit the like button, man. Y'all start giving me some love. Talk to me, I'll talk back, man. I'm dropping videos every day because I got one coming for the ladies. Are you raising your son to be a man? And some of y'all really ain't. And some of y'all never really thought that you wasn't until y'all watched this video. Other than that, y'all have a blessed day, church.